All right, we got LYC, Ling Yuan Cup. TheViper versus FreakinAndy. We've got a Romans and Incas on Fish and Fish. Because the reason it's called Fish and Fish is because there's fish and fish. Get it? I hope you get it. Because I don't. Alright. Now, I wouldn't say I'm an expert on this map, so I'm going to be learning along with you guys. What we'll be seeing from the two of these. Incas, of course, they have cheaper infantry, like cheaper food units. So cheaper infantry, cheaper eagles, cheaper skirmishers as well is pretty good. But if you take a look at Romans with the cheap scorpions, that's going to be hard for for Incas to deal with eventually. So I think late game, Romans should just dominate here, right? But we'll see what the players do in the mid game, because that's what really matters. A lot of games, especially tournament settings, they tend not to go super long, because obviously tournaments, they don't want every game to be like 2 hours long. So the maps are kind of in such a way where the games probably aren't going to go super long. Not as much. Feels like a Civ win for Romans. Yeah. But in the mid game, though, Inca with the slingers and mangonels, I mean, that seems pretty good, right? Love to see Viper pull out the 21+2 Red Fox Scorp Rush. Yeah, we'll see about that. We will see. Here, maybe I'll change the stream title to say that I'm actually casting it. There we go. Ling Yuan Cup, the Viper versus FreakinAndy. Let's go. So we're seeing a very fast barracks here. And so looks like what you maybe want to do is go for men-at-arms and then try and take the fish in the mid-game. Or not even mid-game, early feudal. So you make your infantry and you do a little infantry war in the middle while trying to take fish. And so the first person to go to the center has to fight these crocodiles. Crocodiles, they added a charge attack as well. So it's 3+5, but that 5 is just their charge attack. So, you know, they attack and then it looks like they recharge for 30 seconds. That's so crazy, though. Can you imagine if it had 3+5 for every attack? Oh my god. Thanks, Court.
Let's go Servi casting.
All right, so we've got 5 vills for the Viper in the middle and 5 vills for Andy. So both players going for 5. I'm not really sure. Is that just meta or like, I don't know. What's up with 5? I guess it just seems like a good number. Just when you go for tower rush, you go for 5. I guess 5 is the maximum number to fit in a tower, right? So if you end up needing a tower, you can save all your vills. That makes sense, right? That's why you would specifically send 5 and not 6 and not 4. Okay, well, as I said earlier, Inca have cheaper infantry, so they love to take these trades where it's like, you know, you're just basically trading HP because Inca's gonna have more. Romans has to pay full price, but they potentially get better units. Once they get armor, they get that extra benefit from armor, but I mean, that comes in so late that does it even matter? Like, if Andy can just get, once Andy gets this men-at-arms upgrade, it's gonna be good. But yeah, Viper going for instant scale mail. But, oh yeah, if it's gonna be 4v4, but with scale mail, I'm gonna say Viper's gonna have the advantage here. Who can make more men-at-arms? And Andy has 10 seconds to do something before this armor comes in. Once his armor comes in, armor's gonna come in like kind of mid-fight though. Actually, Viper lost half his HP before the armor came in. So, I mean, that was still a disaster for Andy. Dang, actually disaster. Yeah, the tower is gonna be forced and he's gonna have to he's gonna have to quick wall this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, it turns out Roman economy is kind of crazy, right? Like, 5% faster collection is just, That's not okay. Okay, you know what? I can't really see the difference between these colors very well, so let's just change it to good colors. I don't know, something that's like this. This is like the easiest color scheme. Here we go. 9ville start, except for on Nomad maps, where it's different. We'll get to that when we get to that. So that's why the game is a little bit accelerated. It basically skips the first 2.5 minutes of the game. So you have less time to scout, but that's okay, because a lot of these maps I think are fairly fixed. Like in this map, you know there's going to be fish in the middle. You know there's going to be fish up here. You know there's going to be wood down here. So scouting is not as important anyways. Obviously it's still important, but it's not as important as something like Arabia. Okay, well, Vill counts. Viper is actually falling behind in the Vills in terms of just he's idled for... How is he idling for this much? He wants to get men-at-arms out. So Viper is going to be flooding men-at-arms at the cost of villager production. This was a strategic choice. This wasn't him being a potato. This was a strategic choice to get out more men-at-arms. He figures, okay, I can sacrifice 2 of my own potential vills to get out some more men-at-arms, because those 2 extra men-at-arms instead of 2 vills is going to kill more than 2 vills. It's going to kill more, or it's going to put me in a better position than if I would have made those vills. That's the thought process here. And I mean, 6 men-at-arms is scary, right? He's got this force, which is going to draw Andy's archers down here. And where are the other men-at-arms? Now he's free to attack here. So one of the weaknesses of range units is that you need to have them together. Like if there's one archer here or like one skirm, these men-at-arms, they're not really that scared. It's not that big of a deal. Maybe they can dive the archer or something. And then if you have half your army here and half your army here, if you're the archer player, you have 2 weak armies. But if you have 3 men-at-arms here and 3 men-at-arms here, both armies are fairly... You have to respect both of those armies. And it makes it really tricky. So, yeah, men-at-arms, just melee units in general, they're much better at splitting. So any situation where you're able to split your units, the melee units tend to be better. Any situation where you want to have a big ball of units and maybe camp a hill or something, then ranged units are going to be really good. And Roman men-at-arms with that extra pierce armor means that they do tank a lot more of these archers. They still can't really fight archers, but they tank a lot more. So you can sort of accidentally get hit once in a while, and it's not a big deal. But this army is doing a lot. So Viper's tactic of splitting, making extra men-at-arms and splitting, versus Andy's tactic or strategy of going for a big ball of dudes. It seems like the big ball of dudes is working though, because this is sketchy. Like Viper is actually losing a lot here. Eagle down, and I mean, well, the skirms are gonna tickle these vills to death eventually. So Andy is gonna have to deal with that. But all of Viper's range units going down here. And honestly, Andy is actually fishing way harder here. He's got a lot more fish income, but in terms of res collected, basically the same for both players. Now Romans, they just have 5% faster everything. That's their eco bonus, so it's really good. So it makes sense that Viper would be ahead in the eco. And this is not very efficient anyways. Actually, somebody needs to do the math on if it's worth it to get wheelbarrow early. Because I think it probably is, right? On this kind of map, surely wheelbarrow is actually very good for that carry capacity. But yeah, it's hard to quantify. So we need a pro mathematician to figure that out. All right, well, this is gonna be still annoying in Andy's backside. Meanwhile, we've got they're just co-op fishing here. They're just sharing the fish. That's not sharing. That's attacking with a knife. Uh-oh, but he's trying to take on 4 guys. And well, 3 guys and a girl. He's not an anime protagonist, so he lost. Alright. Well, lots of little groups here. I think Andy needs to get his units together, right? This ends up going down, and I actually missed it, but a couple of vills go down, Eagle goes down, and Andy's forced to retreat. And guess what? Viper on the way up, and he's gonna switch to a few knights. Sick play. Couple of knights on this map where you can run around and do stuff. That's gonna be amazing. But Andy is not too far behind. He's like a vill behind. He's 30 seconds behind. And so, is that gonna be enough time for Viper to do heavy damage in Castle Age, like 30 seconds? Now, Knights train in 30 seconds. So basically, when Andy reaches Castle Age, the Viper will have a Knight trained, which is not really super strong. Although, he is making some scouts on the way up, which is pretty smart on this kind of map, because you can get value out of the scouts right away. On something like Arabia, if stuff is walled, you're not really going to get value. But on this map, man, you click up and then you start making scouts pretty strong. And these scouts are going to do something. They're going to be here at least. And maybe protect the vills, right? If these scouts weren't here, I bet Andy can pick off some of these vills. So the scouts have kind of helped to secure the retreat, which ended up being good. And these archers going down. And the scout will be annoying to these skirms, but there's an eagle in there. And, well, oh, and Viper going for more men-at-arms. All right. Hey, why not? Why not make longsword and knights in this situation? There's the knight. And, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of overlap in the utility between the units, but you're more limited by production at this stage, right? So, you just need production. And so he's just going to make a bunch of just dudes. Doesn't matter what, just make dudes. He just needs dudes. Okay, Siege Workshop coming in for the Viper. And what is Andy's plan gonna be here in early Castle Age? It's gonna be a monastery here. Can't go wrong with the monastery. Viper going for a university. So what is he cooking here? Is he going for Scorpion Ballistics? I think that's what he's gonna do. Inca do have redemption monks though. So if Andy goes for a bunch of like 2-3 monasteries, full monks, he will beat anything that Romans can throw at him at this point. Unless he's unless Viper's a siege tower longsword gamer. But I don't know if he is. Okay, Siege Workshop kind of on the low ground though. I mean he wants it in this area, but I don't know. On the low ground? Is it gonna be good? We'll see if that gets punished. We'll find out. Okay, but despite all the chaos, this game is pretty even. This game is actually really even. So we've got infantry with monks from Andy. Knight getting a bit of value in the back there. Oh, actually, okay, yeah. It killed one build, and it looks like 3 skirms. So infantry and monks for Andy. Viper, Knight, Scorpion. Now, who's gonna win that? It kind of depends on micro, right? There's gonna be a little bit of an engagement here. That Mangonel comes out, gets 1. The knights are not gonna do anything with the monk here, right? 2 monks. Oh, okay, Viper is falling apart now. 2 knights and oh my god, Viper is I mean 2 knight conversions? That's like a 600 resource swing. That's just insane. And now the knights are gonna be so annoying over here. Like, Viper can't even stop this. 2 monks is all it takes. 2 conversions. And now, the momentum is swinging heavily in Andy's favor. And he's still not getting a second TC, but I guess second TC is pretty expensive. He's only got, well, actually, he has enough stone for it, because Inca have cheaper TCs, but maybe it's not that kind of map. All right. Well, in terms of the relics, there's 1 in the middle and then 4, or like 1 in each corner, sort of. Oof! Doing some own killing there. Okay, this army is being split, though. Yeah, these knights, I mean, they got walled out, though. This is walled. Interesting that Viper didn't go for this wall here. Maybe he wanted to, I don't know, but he ended up just walling this. Okay, well, Siege Workshop's gonna go down here. And Monka is here. Monka! Oh my, he just went on the front line. Disaster. There's no redemption for Andy either, so that was just a misclick. That wasn't even like he just forgot about his monk, he wanted to go convert. That was just like, I don't know, the monk was being dumb. Alright. Well, what can Viper do? He's got the higher Vil count, but he's not making Vils right now because he needs to save his res for, yeah, he's just going full cavalry and hoping that it's going to be enough. If Viper can pick off the monks from Andy, then maybe there's a chance. But 27 military to 8 military, even if Andy just has a bunch of random dudes, like that's a lot of military. And I mean, the converted knight's just getting insane value. Just insane value. They die now, but we can do a little replay of what these knights accomplished. Like, what did they do here? How many Vil kills? Look at this. Look at this. So they actually killed 5 Vils and 2 other random units. Ay ay ay. All from 2 monks. Okay, little knight raid over here. Actually, these knights did some work. These guys got 3 Vils. I guess this is a converted knight, so I guess it got one kill before getting converted. I don't know. But anyways. You know what's funny about this map? There's all this deep fish up here and nobody even scouts it. What if you went for it? Like, Viper has not even looked at it. What if Andy just made a dock and made some fishing ships randomly? Maybe you just can't really afford it. Maybe it's just not worth. But maybe, instead of making some of these farms, it's kind of YOLO though. You just do it. Forces your opponent to send military up here though, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm cooking too hard. Maybe it's not good at all. Okay, well, Viper still got the Vil lead. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, but Andy not paying attention. He did not see the sneak mangonel coming like slowly from the bottom. But those rams boost these units under the TC. Okay. Yeah, Andy's got a bunch of units, but I mean 15 of them are just pikemen, which don't really do anything under the TC, so they can fight knights, but they can't fight knights if you just don't throw your knights into them. So actually, Andy is losing Vils here. Guys, I completely missed this. Sorry, we need to go back. What did these knights accomplish in their lifetime? Look at this raid. Oh my god, like, look at this. This might have put Viper back in the game. These 2 knights and random light cap friend. Holy moly. Look at the damage. Oh my god, and Andy was just paying attention to... He was like converting the Vils here or something. And these knights have killed 12 Vils. Guys. Look at the Vil count. Viper's up 10 Vils. Oh, but there's an overchop. And Andy is in, but the Scorpions say no way. Where's the redemption monk? No redemption for Andy yet. No sanctity either, so he didn't really invest a lot into the monks. And these knights are causing chaos all over the map, and they're gonna find this gold. This is a disaster for Andy. He was doing so well. Ah, but the monks are here. They're fine. But man, mobility is king, right? You got mobility, you run around, and you can make some magic happen. But Andy might be able to stabilize here. And he still has the center. Oh boy. Bye-bye, monks. Goodbye. Running around with monks with no pikeman guards, and you know the opponent's on light cav. That's a little tricky. But it's hard. And he just doesn't have that many units to spare anymore. And he's got a lot of units chasing random stuff. Like, he's trying to push the front, but then he's getting raided so hard here. And honestly, these little knight raids might have been enough. Okay, because this is a pretty weak force on the front here. Let's see what happens. Lightcap coming in to snipe the monks. All of the monks. Oh, but one Lightcap go. A really good micro by Andy there, killing the enemy Mangonel there. And Mangonel's gonna go down to the knights. How many knights will die? 1, 2. could have died, but I guess he was focusing on something else. Okay, but yeah, this is looking like Viper domination from this point. Because Andy never added any TCs. Instead of adding TCs, he added Siege early. And yeah, he just got raided to death here, right? Absolutely raided to death. Look at the Eco KD, 35 to 17. But Viper got his TCs going. And, I mean, Romans, they just have extra res to work with for making their TCs, right? Good split, or good change of target on the Mangonel there. Viper thought that he was going to go for the bottom one, and then he switched the last second to the top one. Quick dodge. Oh my god! There's so much friendly fire in this game from Andy as well. Okay, we got the Inca Lightcap coming in up here. Just, well, Viper knows that he's so far ahead that he can just chase this with 11 bills, and it doesn't even matter. Oh, Redemption is in. Wait, did he not get sanked? Did he? Wait, yes. Wait, what happened? Did it get hit by... Oh, it must have gotten hit by the Scorpion as well. Yeah. Oof. All right, there's a knowledge check there. If you've got a Scorpion and a Mangonel, you can, like, one-shot monks, in quotation marks. Okay, but the Knights are back on the wood line, and that is a disaster. When you're down this many bills, you can't afford to get raided like this. What? Oh, but the pike does it. All right. Oh, this Mangonel dying to the TC. I shouldn't have randomly zoomed in because we missed it. These Knights just dominating. Keep these selected, and we'll just see what they can do. Monks can convert. Monks can definitely convert here, but Andy is paying attention to something else. He's paying attention to these. Oh, fighting this with bills. You never want to do that. One of those Scorpions getting converted here. And, I mean, look at the army. 19 is bigger than 4. So, hey, maybe 19 units can do something against 4. Absolute copium moment, though. I'm not confident in that statement. But, hey, we'll see. No horse collar for Andy, by the way. But, I mean, he has 4 farms and only 3 farmers, so does it matter? Not really. Okay, but monks are in. Okie dokie. That villager just did a little dance and blocked the Scorpion. Very cool. All right. House. We got an Inca house on the front now. Okay, well, let's see what these Lightcap and Knights can do. Oh, they didn't do anything. Oh, actually, that one Knight did something. All right. But... I mean, Viper knows he's so far ahead economically, but if he keeps throwing units like this, he could get wrecked. Oh, and the Scorpion with the less minimum range can shoot the Mangonel from there. Uh-oh, Mangonel gonna go down? No kill on the monk, because monks can tank one Mangonel hit. And this TC is getting a little bit sieged, I would say. How about these Knights? These are 2 fresh Knights. Ready for more action. Knight is gonna pick this off. And what are these guys gonna do? Oh no, there's 1 pikeman guard. 1 pikeman guard can't even fight 1 knight, so why guard with 1 pike? It doesn't do anything, right? Okay, he's just gonna get focused down, and honestly, once Andy sees this castle and he sees this raid coming in, he might be like, I'm out of here. Because, well, he's gonna try and do something here, but I think he will understand the gravity of his situation in a second. Because, yeah, the score is just getting out of hand. These Knights are just doing way too much damage. And once this castle goes up, then Viper is gonna be able to stabilize. And I mean, with 116 bills, you can afford to just do some inefficient things and still be super far ahead. Like, Viper could just stop bills at this point for the rest of the game, and it would actually be optimal. He doesn't need more bills. What does Viper need, though? Does he need to go for Longsword? Maybe. Longsword kills literally everything here. So, why not, right? And Andy making a second TC. Let's go. No one going for the fish, though. It's kind of funny. Like, deep fish is... Okay, double conversion here. Deep fish is valued so heavily in most situations, but people just ignore it on this map. Like, surely, eventually, it's worth it to go for, right? I can't believe this castle is still being denied. Guys, Viper has no military. I don't care if he has 115 bills. He has no military. Wait a sec. Is Viper cooked? Is this the end of the Viper? He's just like making bills still. He's gonna get this up. I'm sure he's gonna get this up, right? Let's see the sick Mangonel Micro. Oh my god, that was so expensive, but, well, there goes the entire siege push, right? So, yeah, I mean, probably worth it to lose a bunch of bills. And, I mean, guys, Andy is ahead in the Eco KD. Isn't that crazy? Andy has killed more vills than Viper has in this game. But the problem is that Andy is still less than half of the vills, and his entire siege push just got killed. So his push is dead, and Viper is about to stabilize like a madman. Oh, too bad that this tower is going to be in range of that. And, I mean, there's a mango anyways. No charging on buildings anymore. Let's see. No good RNG for our Andy guy. All right. Well, it is a big tournament, so Andy's going to keep playing. I mean, at this point, he's just warming up, right? Might as well keep playing. You never really know. Sometimes you can come back, but at least what Andy can do from here is warm up a little bit more. Just keep playing, and once Viper gets to Imp, I think Andy will call it, but for now, he might just keep going. He's going to go for a big YOLO castle drop. And how much gold? How much gold? So there's a bit of gold here for Viper, and there's a bit of, like, he has this map gold. A couple of knights being annoying here. Centurion and a couple knights over here. But, I mean, Viper still has enough gold. And there's the Imp click. So in 3 minutes, if Andy can't do anything major in 3 minutes, it's going to be very hard for him to do anything. And these night raids, looks like 2 knights is the magic number. 2 knights? Very good. And I mean, Andy just never had any monks at home, right? Okay, Eagles in the back. Another TC for Viper on the side here. And is it going to be Kamiuk Ram? I think Kamiuk Ram is just sick. You can make Kamiuk Ram and maybe do something. Because Kamiuks will deal with cavalry. And Rams will kill buildings. Now, where is Viper going to Imp? He's going to Imp up here. So that'll never get denied. And yeah, I mean, we've got a Kamiuk, but I mean, how many units can Andy really afford, right? Not many. Unfortunately, not many. But Andy has finally created as many vills as half of Viper's vills. He's reached the 50% mark. Let's go. And, well, Viper's doubling down on cavalry. Because why not, right? Why not? The efficiency here is not super good. That's just a lot of vills collecting the same deer. And I expect to see the end of the game as soon as this Imperial Age comes in, because Andy is gonna know. Andy's gonna know a couple of Rams with a few Kamiuks, like 5 pikemen inside, is not gonna do anything at this stage. Absolutely nothing. And Imp is in. Andy gonna try and get some lucky conversions here, or some not so lucky, but just, you know, regular conversions. And he doesn't even get that one. He's gotta be tilted out of his mind. Is that a devoted? Oh, they're devoted, that's why. They got devotion. All right, well, Andy's got his slow push coming in, though. Let's see what he can accomplish with a couple of rams and a few cameos. All right. Well, let's see. So Viper committing on cavalry here is probably a mistake. He probably should go for infantry, right? Because, yeah, slingers potentially exist, but, I mean, Andy really has nothing, right? So you just counter the units that he's making, and then you win. But going for the unit that Andy counters is maybe not necessarily the greatest. Okay, he's got to farm this farm so that he can delete it and then make the castle. All right. The cameos come in. I mean, they're doing the job, right? And actually, this TC's targeting the this, and I mean Viper is victorious as expected, because this will never go up. Well played. That was a nice first game. All right. Yeah. Look, like Andy had so much military, but he couldn't push. I think maybe if he had like rams coming in. He was trying to mangonel push, which is good, but rams kill stuff faster. And I mean, if you go eagles in a siege tower, you drop them on the enemy siege, and then you push with rams. It's really good. People just haven't really discovered the siege tower yet, but I wish they would. Well, let's take a look at the statistics here. So, yeah, 20k, well, 18k res behind for Andy. Makes sense. All right, we've got a map. Its name is not Nomad. And it is not Nomad. What it is you start with the town center. It's Nomad, but you start with a town center randomly on wood somewhere. So it basically just skips the part of Nomad where you're like, you select your vills and then you just randomly build a TC. It just gets rid of that part. And actually, you still spawn with vills randomly all over the place, though, it looks like. Wait, do you start with the dock, too? Wait, yeah. Yeah, you start with... Okay, you start with a dock and a house and the vill next to the dock. And your dock is also close to a shorefish. That's actually pretty cool. So basically, it's just the things that you do every game, except for just automatic. Sick map. They essentially skip the first 4 minutes. Yeah. And that's completely fine. I don't think we lose anything of value by skipping the first little bit of the Nomad. Just call it Lost? What if I called it not Nomad? All right, well, let's talk a little bit about the civs here. We've got Andy as the Koreans. Koreans have turtle ships. And what else do Koreans have? They have stone miners working faster, getting a castle on this map, and controlling map with a castle, running around with war wagons. Can't go wrong, right? What Koreans doesn't have, if we take a look at their naval tech tree, they do not have demo ships. So that can be a bit of a problem, potentially. They have vills that can see very far. Their eyesight is amazing. Now, for Dravidians, they get 200 wood in the next age, which is an amazing bonus. Their fishermen and fishing ships carry plus 15, so that's double. So basically, when you're fishing from a really far distance, you only have to make one trip for the opponent's 2 trips. So that's actually really good. Oh yeah, sorry, I'll update this. And so yeah, Dravidians, amazing on water. Koreans is potentially good here if Andy goes for land military as well. Like, he needs to play something like Towers, or he needs to play War Wagon, something like that.
Congrats on the baby.
Yo, Forced Levy, thank you so much. That helps a lot. Yeah, I've been tired lately, taking care of him. My shift is from 6 until like 11 in the morning. Anyways, Dravidians have good skirms. Yeah, exactly. So Dravidian skirms will be able to counter everything that Koreans really wants to do. Of course, Koreans can make rocket carts, but I mean, skirmishers are just such a good unit, right? So it would force Koreans to make their own skirms, which Koreans like to make skirms anyways because they have cheaper skirms. So faster firing versus cheaper depends on the situation, but yeah, one can be better than the other. Just depends on, yeah, the state of the game and all that. All right, well, Andy going for Loom on the way, or before clicking up to Feudal Age. So what that means is we might see him sending a Vil to go and do stuff on the map. Although, I mean, Viper also got Loom. Viper is up so fast. Guys, he's up with 16 Vils. How is he up this fast? What kind of magic did he do? I guess this is because it's the, it's sort of a different kind of start. So maybe it's possible to be up this early normally. Viper skipped Lumber Camp. Aha, there we go. Yeah, that'll potentially help. Although, I mean, he has to get a mining camp anyways, so does it help much? I don't know. But yeah, he has to skip Lumber Camp to get the gold. If he's gonna go double dock on this uptime, pretty much have to skip the Lumber Camp, because all the Lumber Camp does is it gives you double bit axe, which obviously is amazing, but it's not necessary. To get up fast like this, and then to also have gold for galleys, you sort of have to skip the Lumber Camp. Now, Andy is going up a little bit later, which is gonna mean that his economy will be better if he doesn't take damage. And that's the key word, if he doesn't take damage. But how are you not gonna take damage when Viper's got double galley production like a minute earlier? The galleys are gonna be out as soon as Andy is up. And then Andy's gonna have to retreat all of his fish, because galleys kill fishing ships so fast. They probably started with more res to compensate. All right, before we see this galley action. Oh, no, it looks like standard res. This is standard res. Yep, you start with less wood because of the buildings. But yeah. Okay, so how are the galleys gonna do here? Oh, there we go. That's what I was saying. Look at this. But, I mean, it's not sneaky. Andy thought that he was going for a sneak tower on the gold, but actually just Viper is on the wood too, so he just sees it. Uh-oh. Oh! He's going to have to delete this and get out. Viper's going to be ready to make another... okay, yeah. Here we go. But, look. A little bit of galley action here. And... well, looks like only one fishing ship going down, or two fishing ships going down at this stage. But, I mean, it was probably worth it, right? Two fishing ships, you're up a bit faster, costs you a little bit of extra res because you're up so fast, but then, I mean, a couple fishing ships, right? That's pretty good. And this build just did not end up working out for Andy. Like, he wanted it so bad, but just didn't realize that the lumber camp was there. And he's Koreans. He saw the lumber camp if he was paying attention, but he wasn't paying enough attention. All right. Well, kind of, this mill implies that Viper wants to make a market soon and go up. And there's the market. Because you don't really need the mill for berries, or in terms of like collecting food, but you do need the mill for a market. And so Viper's plan is to go up to Castle Age fairly fast. He will be able to go up. He has 6 vills in the queue, so he just cancels them. And, I mean, he has some fishing ships around too, so he's bringing in food. Although, actually, they're gonna get killed here. That'll be all these fish just gone. There's still one fishing ship up here. But actually, is Viper gonna have enough? He's gonna have to buy 100 food. Yeah, no, he's fine. Actually, no, he doesn't even have... no, he already bought it. He sold his stone. He wants to be up that bad. Oh, getting double bit axe. Is he gonna have enough food here? Yeah, he will. He will. Just barely. And what about Andy? He's sitting on 18 food, and he has not clicked up the Castle Age. And so Andy is, like, what is he doing? He is going for, what? A bunch of galleys? I mean, yeah, okay. A bunch of galleys is good, but guess what? Viper does not even care. He has 2 fish. He's not even investing into fish. And Andy is going for a bunch of warships, but he only has 2 fishing ships. So, like, yeah, he can protect his 2 fishing ships, but that's not really a very strong economy. Whereas Viper has decided to just go up. Okay, we've got a boar coming in for Andy. He knows he needs this food, but just he didn't get the food in early enough. And, well, he's gonna have some food income, but he's gonna be surprised with Viper's uptime. Although he might not be surprised because Viper scores so low, but he's gonna be like, wow, this guy is really good at the game. And yeah, let's see what Viper can do, because this is a pretty fast uptime, right? So the faster you go up, the less resources you have to do anything with. Yeah, and Andy idled for so much because it's just so hard to have food income sometimes. On Nomad, or not Nomad, finding food can be a difficulty. Like, it can be a challenge. And yeah, this is just showing the power of Viper's uptime. So because Viper was up so early, and he got those galleys out early, he was able to force Andy's fishing ships to either die or run around not collecting. And wait, bad rally point. These guys are not even working this whole time. Wait, how long have they not been working for? When were they made? Okay, they were recent. Okay, they all got made near the end here. Okay, okay, so they were there for like 30 seconds. And he just realized it. All right. I'm freaking out about nothing. But here we go. Okay, market for Andy, and I mean he will be able to buy up. He's gonna buy his way up, so he will be up. But in the meantime, Viper is gonna get War Galley upgrade, and what that does, it of course upgrades all 3 of the warships, but also those upgraded warships train significantly faster than feudal ships. So feudal ships, does it say up here? I don't think it does, right? I don't know off the top of my head, but like fire galleys, what are they training, like 51 seconds or something? And then fire ships are like 20 something seconds. I don't know the exact values, but it's insane like that. It's like a big production speed boost. So yeah, getting War Galley, then you can just spam warships, and against a player in feudal, they'll never catch up. And look at how good these fire galleys are against these galleys. So, like, you just have them randomly. Like, the galleys can't do anything. He's trying to do split micro, but doesn't really work. Probably actually ends up killing you, because you end up staying in the fire ships range for longer. You have no answer to Mangonel. Yep, so Mangonel coming in, and what is Koreans gonna do against that? Like, Andy is not on, he's not on stone. He doesn't have redemption monks. I am not actually really sure about the Koreans pick here. Maybe, I didn't really look at the draft. Maybe he didn't draft a good civ, but the Koreans are okay, right? But, I don't know, I feel like Dravidians are just better. Okay, Mangonel coming in. And, yeah, I mean, 1 Mangonel, hard to deal with. It's just 1 Mangonel, but look, all of these vills just had to evacuate the wood line. And Andy is up, so what is he gonna do? Instant Siege Workshop here. Yep, that's exactly, makes sense. And, well, he's not gonna be able to take back the fish anytime soon, even though he's trying. He's getting fire galleys out, but guess what? How are you gonna fight for fish if you don't have War Galley upgrade? Units are, like, the Navy is gonna train so slow, you can't even make villagers. Because no food, 0 food income. And, I mean, Andy is stuck. Viper's adding another TC. He's got plenty of food. And Andy is just stuck with 0 food. 0 food. He doesn't control the water. He's getting siege pushed on the front. This rocket cart better just kill Viper. Otherwise, Andy is done. Maybe towers. Yeah, honestly, 1 Korean tower, 1 guard tower, and you probably stop the Mangonel push. That's actually good to point out, because guard towers do 3 damage instead of 1 damage. Like, watchtowers do 1 damage per hit, per arrow, and guard towers do 3. So 3 times as much damage is a lot. You basically can't kill guard towers with 1 Mangonel. At least it's not cost effective at all. Even with 2, it's hard. Okay. Interesting. Viper just getting a big hit there. And I mean, yeah, rocket carts just feels so bad to micro against enemy mangonels. Rocket carts can be good against units, but against mangonels specifically, it feels like the micro ability of mangonel is just better, because all of mangonel's rocks, they all fire at the same time, whereas rocket carts, they have kind of a longer attack animation, you could say. Like, he didn't fire all of the shots there. Now, that does give rocket carts a bit of maneuverability, somewhat. You can shoot, and then you can shoot something else if you're fast. Like that. See, look. He shot the mangonel, and then he shot the scorpion. Kind of on the same reload cycle. But it's not really the biggest deal. It's hard because the rocket carts are so slow, right? Yeah, I mean, repairing the TC is a disaster, right? Viper just needs to add some more fishing ships or some more farms, something. I mean, the water is Andy's. Andy has the water. And, I mean, look, this is Andy's food income. He has food income at this point. Wait, what's going on? Oh, we can still hear the mangonels attack sounds in the left corner. Just a little bug. Don't worry about it. Right. So this is getting repaired, but that's so expensive to repair the TC. Now, Andy's not that far behind in score. So if you actually look at the bill counts here, or economic unit counts, Andy just went super greedy. Not even greedy, but he added a lot of fish there. So he won water, and he actually added a bunch of fish, which is amazing, right? Man, the fire ship here could be doing some work though. Could be annoying. Oh, and what are these bills coming to do? Are they gonna perhaps add a castle here? Perhaps? Oh man! Andy is getting wrecked by these mangonels. Oh, attack ground? Okay, yeah. See, Viper, he canceled it because he knew there was a chance at a well-timed attack ground there, but nope, not anymore. Man, Andy just can't catch a break, and the game's over. He's done. He almost kind of came back, but just, man, the mangonels are so much better against rocket carts. So, yeah, I think actually Koreans have to play it a little differently in this situation. I think guard tower. You get free guard tower. Hard to see blue on water. Ah, yeah, that's true. Maybe I won't go blue on water maps. That's good to point out. Okay, but yeah, what about guard towers for defense? Like, he could have been on stone on the way up, and just even one guard tower here sort of stops that initial mangonel. Like, one mangonel won't be able to fight one guard tower here. And then he has to just get guard towers kind of around, obviously. But I think that could have been okay. But anyways, well played. Well played. Let's see are they doing the next one? Oh, looks like they're just still drafting. Okay, good. Good thing I didn't really speed through it, because, yeah, we're pretty close to live. We'll give one more to the Viper here. The Viper. All right. Yeah, Dravidians feel strong. I mean, they are strong. And Koreans, like, what do they really have? Koreans, I guess, oh yeah, Korean warships cost less wood. I totally forgot about that. I honestly don't really play water maps, but that's actually a pretty good bonus, right? So that's part of the reason why Andy was able to win water back, because his warships costing less wood meant that he was just able to make more. So that helps. I love the extra vision for Vils on Nomad. Yeah. You have extra vision on the Vils as Koreans, but this is not Nomad, so you just already start with the TC, so it's not as big of a deal. But yeah, I think sending Vils out and finding more boars probably would have helped Andy. Like, if we look at the map gen, how many boars are on this map? There's actually like 13 boars on this map. And they're fairly evenly distributed, right? So, Like, there's sort of 4 around. Yeah, probably. Actually, yeah, probably these 5 are pretty easy. Even this 6th one. There's probably like 6 boars that Andy could have taken. And, well, let's take a look. Which boars are still around? So, basically 1, 2, and 3. These boars just weren't taken. Only 5 boars were taken out of all 13. I mean, this one's being eaten right now, but yeah, a lot of boars just didn't get taken. Yeah, they're across the map, but you can lure those. If you're good, these players are good, they can lure across the map. It's just finding them, right? Just scouting with the sheep, or even scouting with vills. It's completely worth it. Would Fire Lancer spam be good versus Siege? Yeah, if you have some Fire Lancers, especially if you throw them in a Siege Tower and drop them, super good. All right. We got it. Oh, man, I hate how it, like, sets us on super fast speed to start. It's fine, it's fine. Okay. So, in this tournament, it's a 9-vil start. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, I can't see these colors. We need to go like this. Viper with the back wood line in the corner. I mean, it's pretty far away. It probably won't come into play. But it could. This is actually such an advantage. It's kind of hard to defend, though. Like, if you put a lumber camp here, your opponent just gets any units and just kills it, right? So maybe it's not that big of a deal, but it could be. Could be later on. Okay. This version is not like TTL Acropolis. So in TTL, there's some deep fish in the middle. Whereas this map just has shorefish. So I don't think either player are going to go for a dock. But, oh, this guy's coming forward. I'm about to eat my words. Uh-oh. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. Dang, bears see so far. But actually, Andy's going to go for the dock. I literally don't even know what I'm talking about. You guys shouldn't listen to me. All right. Andy going for the dock, even though there's no deer. Okay, and Viper's going for it as well. Okay. Okay. I guess people just, people are good at the game. A mill should be better? Why would that be, though? You can't make fishing ships with a mill. The dock is going to be good. Basically, I don't think either player are really going to invest into so much navy. But getting a few fishing ships at the start can't hurt, right? Because there's enough shorefish, maybe, to justify it. Please, Andy, give us an FC. Can you imagine? Could be good. Okay. I mean, Gulam, right? But, well, organ guns. I think Portuguese is good on, like, every map and every setting. Portuguese? Man. Probably, like, an instant pick or instant ban in every draft, in every tournament. It should be, right? It's so strong. Spawn is mainly for the fish boom? No. Well, you make a few fishing ships to take the shore fish. Once the fishing ships are gone, you can't make fish traps because they're just gonna get killed, right? Like, you can, but that would be very risky. Like, high risk, low reward. You wouldn't really do that play. Oh! I mean, this is a tournament. I don't fault him for taking this cow, but he's gonna send it right into the wood line. Oh. Disaster. All right. And both players up at about the same time. The Viper with 15 seconds idle TC, you guys. He's starting to slip. Starting to slip up. Will we see the Viper get taken down here? Or will he go 3-0? We will find out soon. Okay, so Viper opting to just go for 1 fishing ship. And Andy going for 2 fishing ships. So you can see the level of investment. It's pretty low. It's like, you get a bit of fish, it's still worth it to go for, I guess. Because that's 2 extra economic units. But then, you don't really fight for it. Maybe Andy will make, like, a fire galley or something. I mean, or even a galley could be good. Because then you can shoot the Vil as well. Can be good. Oh, and you can kind of, like, control a little bit. But galley loses to fire galley, so, I mean, fire galley's probably better. Okay, but yeah, it's going to switch to land aggression for both players here. I expect, yeah, there's the Viper's barracks on the high ground here. We've got the barracks for Andy here. Is he going to get denied by the scout here? Nope. Viper not feeling like it. I mean, it wouldn't have really worked. And he's sending the second Vil. He's going to go for a stable here, or at least that's what his intention was. Maybe he's going to wait for the scout to go away before he reveals his hand, right? Actually, Andy does... He spent his wood on a fire galley. Now he doesn't have enough wood. And he went for a spear, too. So actually, Andy is delaying his stable by, like, an entire Vil. And what is Viper doing? Viper's just... He's making some spears. Because he has a pretty good feeling that it's going to be scouts. And he's not going for a second feudal building here. So it's just going to be some fire galleys and spears from the Viper. Oh, man, he got hit there. Like, if you're playing scouts, you can't lose your first scout like this. Or you can't lose this much HP. But, well, will Viper... Okay, yeah, good micro from both players going into here. He would have lost it, but Viper would have gotten wrecked. Oh, but actually Viper getting wrecked here. The uphill hits are not super good, but oh my god. A lapse of attention. Viper paying attention to the fire galleys and losing his scout. Now Viper is not, well actually no, he's playing scouts as well. So yeah, but the thing is he doesn't have scouts yet. And I mean, if you're playing scouts, you really don't want to lose your starting scout. Okay, well, this is where Andy loses the fish though. So yeah, there's no way. Oh, he donated in the fishing ship without dropping off. That's kind of suboptimal, I would say. Okay, but Viper is going to take the middle here. Looking at the base, well, Andy is on gold, so he's gonna add archers here. And Viper is also on gold. Viper's got more on gold. He's also gonna add archers. Makes sense. On water maps, you need to have wood and gold for ships. And, well, coincidentally enough, archers also cost wood and gold, so your eco is just already set up for archers. So it really works well. A few scouts here are probably not going to be able to find so much damage because Viper actually already has 2 spears. And Spearman, very good against scouts. And, well, with 7 on food, Andy is not really going to be able to afford any more scouts. Not for a while. So he does have 3. Where's the other scout, actually? Oh, boy! Sketchy. The other scout is down here. Oh, that's just the starting scout, auto-scouting or something. Is he auto-scouting? Nah, he's manually scouting. But honestly, auto-scout is fine. For the 2 HP scout, go on auto-scout. Never have to worry about him again. All right, well, these scouts getting a little bit caught out here. Archer not going to go down, and actually that was a lot of HP on Viper's scouts. And now, Andy knows that the scouts are going to pay a visit to his gold. So he knows that he needs to get a spear up here or he needs to wall this in. But he's going to opt to go for the counterattack. So he's like, Viper, his scouts are forward. Oh, actually the scouts are going to go down here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, but the spear's here, and... Nice micro by Andy here, going for the low ground hit, but it wasn't enough. Sick walls here. Nice. At the same time. Okay, we have the power of technology. We can go watch this fight from this point of view now. So. Andy kind of just not paying attention here. He was paying attention to the quick walls. Sick walls, but he kind of lost all of his scouts for free on the front, so it ended up being disaster, as they say. All right. Well, both players trying to do something, and this eco KD is just the 2 fishing ships, so no villagers have been killed from either player here. And yeah, I mean, Andy going for the market is kind of strange. Yeah, actually, very strange. I don't really know what his idea was with the market. That doesn't really do anything for him right now. Wait, he sold wood and he bought food. So he wants to go to Castle Age, but I feel like the market was in an awkward time, right? He has 8 on berries too. He's just trying to get up and play Gulam, right? I feel like that's his plan. He's gonna get killed if he tries to do that, unless he can force Viper back here. But Viper's just here. And, like, there's no defense here. Okay, but, let's see the micro here. The scouts are gonna do the job. This tower, is it gonna go up? Oh, but yeah, it's so hard. It's so hard. This tower is gonna go up. Any weak vills? No weak vills. Archer's gonna fall. But this army's gonna have to get out of here. They're not gonna kill any vills. Maybe killing the archer. I mean, it's so hard. What's happening over here? Stuff. Not much, actually. Oh, the archer getting killed by the tower. Disaster. But, guys, Viper idled for 1 minute and 49 seconds. Which means that Andy's eco is looking kind of good. Hindustanis have cheaper vills, so it's much easier to keep the vills pumping. And there's the first villager going down. Actually, wait. Second vill, apparently. Wait a sec. Oh, he got greedy and went for both. But his greed paid off. Normally, you stick to one vill and then one vill gets away, but he was gaming hard there, Andy. And he was able to get both. Really good play by Andy there. All right. Well, so notice how Andy is not using his stone to make a tower. That tells me he wants to go Gulam. I bet he sends a bunch of vills to stone right now, right? He must. He's going up. He must send all these to stone, right? Or is he just gonna go TCs? Maybe he's just gonna go TCs at this point. Maybe I'm cooking too hard in my head. I think he's just gonna go TCs. Yeah, he's gonna go archers and go crossbowmen. I mean, the meta is good for a reason, right? You just play crossbowmen. Sounds good. But the fact that he's saving his stone... he ended up selling 100 stone. Yeah. Okay. Uh-oh. This is... Okay, actually, no. It's not even uh-oh. He's got lots of stuff. Wait, bloodlines? Whoa, Andy is going for too many things at the same time, right? How can he afford this? I guess it's 41 vills up, but no horse collar. These farms are going to run out, and your economy gets a little wrecked on Acropolis if you're not really careful. Oh, good micro by Andy there. Taking out all of the archers. Okay, and these guys are down. So Bloodlines tells me that Andy wants to play Cav archers. Oh, no. 2 vills down. That was a disaster. Like, all of Andy's hard work on that berries just got negated by just some random archers. Wait, now scale barding? But Hindustanis don't have knights. He's gonna go light cav? Alright. I mean, sure. Show me how it's done, Andy. Light cav, but no horse collar is gonna be oof. I don't know. Yeah, I think he should have just gotten the tower, right? Like, yeah, no tower was too greedy. Okay, what are these gonna do? That's gonna be 1 vill, okay. 1 vill is, I mean, you gotta start somewhere, right? This is open. No, wait, no, it's not. I just can't really see it properly, but it's not open, guys. Don't panic. Okay, light cav. Light cav is in, and they're gonna have to run, but how about the light cav over here? Not doing anything. TC here is a good TC spot, but it can get sieged. Wait, if galleys like patrol stacked here, I wonder if they could hit it. Like war galleys with full upgrades. Yeah, this is sketchy though. Like 2 light cav, oh my god, like crossbowman's so good though. Crossbowman. Gonna do crossbowman things. Oh, but the Viper slipping up and losing his guys to the TC magnet. Okay, well, 7 guys is a lot easier to deal with than 10. So if Andy gets his guys together, maybe he can do something. But yeah, it's still hard. It's still hard. Like, he doesn't have any food income. Playing light cav is only good if you actually have good food income, and by skipping horse collar, it really hurt that food income at this point. Oof. Fire Galley getting in on the action here. Affording +2 armor, but... Oh, no! And they probably don't want to kill that. Like, you can kill it, but at what cost? Siege Workshop is forced out. And, yeah. I mean, he just has to make something. Like, a scorpion, sure. Oh, no! Yeah, see, with 7 guys don't one-shot. You need 8 to one-shot. So 7 crossbowmen is not nearly as big of a deal as 10. And, I mean, there's just so many crossbowmen all over the place at this point. This is gonna maybe get cleaned up, but... I mean, somehow Andy is still ahead in the vill count, slightly. I don't know how, but, like, somehow. And I mean, 2 TCs versus 1. So Andy can lose 1 villager every 25 seconds, and he'll be able to maintain the vill count as long as he keeps the TCs running. But how is he going to keep the TCs running with 6 on food? And how is he going to make light cav with no food income? This is a disaster. Uh-oh. And this wood line is going to be hard to defend. This knight's coming in. Knight coming in to ruin Andy's day here. Oh, but it goes down. I mean, that was not as bad as I thought. At the same time, these guys terrorizing the farms up here. And Scorpion defense is just not good enough, right? What if Andy went for Gulam? It would be hard to get to, but I think Gulam on this map, especially against crossbowmen, could be pretty strong, right? Make some Gulams, and then you can just chase down the crossbowman. It's not so simple, though. But you can maybe do that if you plan. Cavalry armor coming in for the Viper. Looks like he's getting ready to add some knights of his own. I mean, not that many knights. He'll add like 4 knights and then dive all the scorpions. That'll be his plan. Okay, but knight getting deleted. She's in danger. Yeah. Go build the house. Well, there's crossbowman there. All right. Uh-oh. Andy's starting to fall apart, guys. And the crossbowman running around. So hard to deal with crossbowman. Just an amazing unit. Once you start putting on the pressure, you never let up. And Scorpions just don't allow you to take back control of the game against crossbowmen. Like Scorpions, you can sort of push them back temporarily, a little bit, but Scorpion can't be your only thing against crossbowmen. It just never works. It never works. When you're playing, you always think, oh yeah, I can just make Scorpions, the crossbowman will be fine, but you just don't really, you're not able to take back any kind of momentum with Scorpions, and it doesn't even do the job for defense. Like, there's a reason why we didn't make Scorpions for forever. Like, for 20 years in Age of Empires 2, Scorpions were thought of as garbage. People only started making them recently because they get affected by ballistics, but they're still not super effective here. And the game is over. And Viper 3-0s. FreakinAndy. All right, well played. Good job for the Viper. Still playing with a pretty good performance here.